Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. Hope everyone's keeping well out there and I hope you've all got your Christmas shopping done. Well, I've got 4 apologies to give out tonight. I did hope that we were going to have our young commentators, but it's getting to that time of year, isn't it, where it really is hectic. Not just for myself, not just for yourselves, but for our young commentators as well. Big Merry Christmas to each and every one of them. We're going to cast our minds back. Excuse me, I haven't got a drink tonight. Look, the sweets are all there ready for them. I haven't got the drinks out for our lads. But hey ho, it's one of those things where we have Ben with a sore foot. We have Jaden not feeling too good. We have Dan, who's there. He's running on a Santa dash for the school. Well done, Dan. Keep it going, mate. Hope you do your record time. And we've got Oliver, who can't get there because his dad is busy working. So apologies for all our young commentators, and you will be seeing them not so long after the Christmas. I'll give you the date that we hope for their return, and then we'll have a little conflab of how Christmas went and what was their best part of 2023. Yes, they've been with us for quite some time, and I'm sure the lads will be watching this and thinking, right, what did we put down? What was our favourite time? What did we do? What was our highlight of 2023? But we'll see them in the new year. So a big happy new year and a very Merry Christmas to them all. That was the wrong way around, wasn't it? But the lads are used to that anyway. So I'm taking over the show tonight. Young commentators. Yes, young commentators. There we go. And I've got a spot there as well. And you know what that is? Teenage acne. That's what it is. There you go. It's rubbing off with the young commentators anyway. Let's just hope all the families have a great time. To be honest, they've been brilliant to us, and I'm sure, likes of Cole Fulton, loves them, loves the Bones and watches every show. He'll be disappointed tonight, but he's also busy doing the, well, between me and you, playing Santa Claus. No one knows, but Cole's got a different suit on, shall we say, over the weekend, and he's keeping all these Kirby kids very happy indeed. So he's busy, everyone's busy. That time of year, we're all busy, and we know grassroots football has its final weekend of football. Many have, the small sided ones, many have finished for the Christmas period, and they'll all be back in 2024 with the shiny new boots and new kits and you name it, everything that they've got. But in the meantime, we'll talk a little bit more about grassroots football now that the lads aren't here. Well, we've got to make the Europa League, because Dan would have done it, wouldn't he? You know, that we lost last night with our youth team. I don't know whether it was a good thing. I think you keep our lads playing like the Bill Shankly days. I'm old school. Keep them playing till they drop. Bring in the kids when you need them, and they'll learn a lot more. That's my honest opinion. And it's Man United. I know you've rested players, but I'll just bet you, we don't start off like a house on fire. It'll be feeling each other out. It's not going to be as high scoring as we anticipated, I'll tell you that now, because everyone's sleeping Man United. It's going to be big 7-0 win again and all that, but to be honest, it's not going to be. And this is all rivalry. We were just really on fire when we done that, you know, goals went in, every shot seemed to go in, but you don't get games like that every time, do you? So I think it's going to be a very close score indeed. It's going to be closer than what we expected, and I think that we'll know that they're not soft. Let everyone do the talking about the high scores. Don't get me wrong, I'd love it to be, but I know for a fact it's the Premier League, and if you look at this Premier League, it looks like every team is playing to form. It really is. Everyone can beat everyone. It's as simple as that, and Man City have found that out as well, and I think a lot of tiredness are creeping into their game, because they were in the treble last year. They done it, weren't they? The year before it was Liverpool fighting for it, and they were tired out last year. Is it Man City's turn? Will they? But then again, they qualified again for the last 16 of the Champions League, like Liverpool, like Brighton, like West Ham, like Aston Villa. They're all in the Europa League as well. So well done, and Arsenal, we'll have to give them a mention as well. So there you go, plenty of English teams in Europe. And now we head off, don't we, to the Premier League, which is going to be big ones. Everton, they're away to Burnley, and Sean Dyche's old team, isn't it? But I do believe that Everton are too strong for even Burnley now. They're on a high, and I think they've got a few injuries, to be honest, and a couple of suspensions, so it could peter itself out. It could, you know, they are probably due a draw. I got my forecast wrong last week, didn't I, on both games? So there you go. And I'm definitely not going to forecast the Burnley Everton score or the Liverpool Manchester United score. I certainly ain't not. So if you are travelling to those games, be safe, be 100% supportive of your teams. Go home. Don't forget Christmas around the corner, so we want everyone coming home safe, not sorry, to be honest. You know, treat it as a game, treat it as you would your family. Respect them, respect the games, and regardless of the score, let's just get home and let's prepare for our Christmas periods with all the family. It's as simple as that. Enjoy your football, and that same goes to everyone at Grassroots Football. There last weekend as well. We want loads of respect on and off the field of play, respect on the field towards our referees. It's been a good year so far. You've got to look on social media. You could say that the grass pitches have been battered. We all know that this year with the rain, and it's been relentless. It's non-stop. We've had more and more rain. It's a dry period now, I think, coming. But obviously Christmas has gone, or Christmas games have gone now. They've finished. They'll be starting their games in the new year. And I'm sure when we come back, there'll be loads of ice. No, there won't. It'll just be perfect. And we'll go into 2024 the way we finished in 2023. Well, not really for the people on the grass, because you had no games. But there was loads of respect, honestly, on and off the field of play. I've noticed that, and I don't think it's anything to do with the new laws or what has come out from the FA yet, because I don't think many have been battered by them at the moment. I think unless the figures come out, the stats come out. If those stats come out, I'd love to see them, because social media is very, very quiet towards referees and all these organisations. They've gone quiet about referees verbally abusive, and there's not many I've been reading, that even though there will be some that I've been reading on social media. Normally the first half of the season, you see them, these kids are battered in verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour, the same as the amateur games. But yeah, has it cut down a lot, or is it just that I haven't been on social media and looking up? Well, I'm sure you will give me your views. mal@duntextline.com. Get in touch with me. Let me know what your league's been like over the season. Yeah, we know there's been a lot of cancellations. Are referees out of pocket this year because there's been many cancellations, or do you find yourself that you're still okay and raring to go over the Christmas period? You've made yourselves a fortune. Well, let's hear off you referees as well, what you think about the aggressive behaviour, verbal abuse. Has it come down a lot? We'd love your thoughts. Again, contact me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. Let's have a little listen to what you've got to say, and just to see if I'm correct. Has it really, you referees should know, has it eased a lot to what it was last year up to this halfway through the season towards the Christmas break, or has it got worse in your opinion? We'd love to know. Come on, because we need to know. We need to see what's on the social media. We need to know what's going on around leagues. But talk to young Dan as well. He's had a couple of few games up towards Christmas. New referee. He hasn't mentioned anything about it. He's had to talk to one or two, but it's nothing, which is good, that they are respecting him as a youngster on the referee field, and he has his yellow armband on as well. So that makes a difference. That tells everyone that you're under 18. And don't forget, all the kids on the pitch as well, they're all under 18. So if you're an adult and you think you're going to verbally abuse the referee or show aggressive behaviour, then think of the kids on the pitch there as well. You don't want them seeing that. So go out this weekend, make it a really, really great weekend for yourselves, for everyone else, and just enjoy the game and encourage the kids to play. That's all we ask. It's as simple as that. Remember, Christmas is round the corner and it's a time for giving. So please give loads of respect on and off the field of play. That's what we need. We need the kids to enjoy themselves, the referees to go home happy, committees saying, well, do you know what? We haven't had to suspend or fine anyone this weekend or most weekends, because everyone seems to be behaving themselves. Let's see if that continues into 2024. 2024, is it good for you? Do you like years with even numbers, odd numbers? Is it a better year? Do you think if it's even, it's going to even itself out and be a better year for you? Or is it the same old, well, ups and downs all around? But that's life, and we're going to face a lot more, I assure you, and I know in my life there'll be a lot more ups and downs as well. But you've got to think positive, be positive and act positive, and that will make a difference in your life if you can be positive right the way through. Yeah, there's plenty to do. We're getting together with our team, a Heart of Gold team as well. We want to make a difference to each and every one of the people suffering with mental health out there, especially the youngsters within grassroots football. And you'll hear a lot more of us just after the Christmas period. It's been a lot after our, shall we say, fundraising event in our Heart of Gold to continue, because obviously Christmas period comes up, work comes up, then you've got your social media, then you've got your podcasting, and I think everyone knows where I'm coming from. Everyone has to go back to work, everyone has to plan for this biggest one-day event of all time, and that's all it is, because you see queues in the shops, don't you? And the trolleys are piled high with food. I don't know who's going down there. Now I know Liverpool are opening the new stand against Manchester United on Sunday, so there's an extra 7,000 there, and they may be all going to your house for dinner. I'm not too sure, but when you stood in the supermarket and you stood there and you're looking and you're thinking, oh my God, it's not one trolley full to the brim, it's 2 or 3, you know, because the mums, the dads, the parents, the kids, they're all pulling trolleys of food. I don't know, what's your trolley like? Christmas for one day? Because most of it, I'll assure you, will be binned after Christmas, because you put it all, you stock your fridges up, your cupboards up, and it looks good, it looks fantastic for you and the kids. But how much waste do we have? How much waste do we have after Christmas that people just can't get through the food? Well, there you go, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing loads, you're seeing all the shops battered, everyone, late shoppers, I'm to blame as well, but only presents, not food. Not food, I assure you. I want to keep myself fit and healthy for the next challenge that we're doing. That will be, well, taught about very, very soon indeed, I assure you. But in the meantime, you've got to be really vigilant on what's going on over Christmas as well, because if it does get cold, please, you've got elderly there, knock on the door. Now I have had the mother-in-law staying with me who had cataract operation, and obviously the wife has been, we're really, really looking after them, and I assure you, it brings home to you that people are defenceless. They need the support, the elderly really, really do. And don't think, they're all right, the light's on there, they're okay. Just give a little knock to see if they're okay, because they could be lonely. The heating may not be on, the lights might be on, but you know what they're like, they don't like fuss. But let's just have a little bit of fuss over them this Christmas period, and also respect our homeless indeed as well. And when we say respect our homeless, obviously I won't go into detail on names, but I was amazed to find out that a local person that I see most days was out begging at one of the supermarkets. It makes you wonder, it really, really does get you back up, that you know, but we're not friends, we're not anything like that, but I just do know this person, and to be out there begging, knowing that they don't need to be, is a real kick in the teeth for the people who really do need our support. But it brings you home, it makes you think twice, doesn't it? You're thinking and looking at these people and you're thinking, do these really need to do, how do we prove who we're helping? And that's probably crosses everyone's mind. You just need, and you need authority, you know, you need these people to go out there, and I know you can find these people if you're night time and you see them asleep there throughout this weather, we know that. But what really gets my back up is people who are out there begging, who really, really don't need to be out there begging whatsoever. And people like ourselves are throwing money and thinking, wow, homeless, not on your life, not on your life. And people, you must disrespect these sorts of people. If you find out you know, name and shame, that's what you got to do. I know I'm not going to put names on, well I don't even know the names to be honest, but I just know the faces. And I was a little bit shocked to see they got absolutely nothing, and I think they were shocked to see me as well, because it was within 5 minutes they were gone. They just knew, and it's hard, it really is hard, but as I say, you know, Christmas is a time for giving. Who's to say, you know, that person is not desperate? Well, I know for a fact, I really know for a fact, I can't tell you that that person is not desperate. And obviously if that person did approach me and say something to me, I would really say something back indeed. I would, because it's not fair, and I'm sure you'll all be nodding your heads there that you'd be doing exactly the same thing. Anyway, please, as I say, youngsters, and we were talking the other day, you know, as a youngster, you used to go round, you had to respect the elderly and adults as well. And boy, did my mother have me respecting all the adults and the elderly, because as soon as I'd go home and visit or come in, I was running errands for our neighbours. There was a shopping list there all the time. And what it was, you wouldn't do it, you kids would not do it whatsoever. And it didn't bother me. I was cutting grass in the summer for all the neighbours as well, because Mum and Dad said so. I'm a kind-hearted person. I will do it, I'll send them round for you, don't you worry. And they didn't worry because I was always there. And it was funny because for payment, now mark this down kids, for payment, it was either an apple, an orange, or a glass of blackcurrant juice to keep you going as a thank you. What could you do? And maybe sometimes you might get a little bag of sweets. Thank you very much for all the hard work. And you were there for about 2 or 3 hours. Can you say slave labour? Yeah, you can. But do you know what? There's no regrets. There's no regrets whatsoever. Because to be honest, I really did enjoy helping them out, and we were always having a chat, and I was getting things done. They were all asking me where I could put, you know, the grass, and you felt good about it because you helped someone. You were back home, and then you were out to play your football. But at least you got your chores in beforehand, and it was always, you were used to it. You were really used to it. There was no sitting there playing PlayStation 5s, your Xboxes. There was nothing like that. You were out and about and keeping yourself really busy, because you had nothing like that. No mobile phones, no nothing. But kids, would you do it? Would you really do it? Remember all the bobber job and all that, and kids would be looking at me baffled going, bobber job? What's all that? Used to knock there, you know, and ask people did they want it, didn't do it. You never got paid, as I say. It was always the apple, the orange, or the blackcurrant juice. And sometimes if you're lucky, you got orange juice. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be a lot of adults there nodding their heads, reminiscent to say, do you know what, Mally's right there. That's exactly what happened. Kids of today are totally spoiled. And I'm sure all the adults will be nodding their heads and saying, yeah. So when our young commentators come in, we might just talk about that in the new year. But they're a great bunch of lads, and I'll guarantee you they'll be helping someone in their channels, because they've got those sort of attitudes where they're really friendly and they've got a heart as well, and especially a heart of gold. They work with us, they're ambassadors for us, and they're fantastic for everyone out there. And as I say, we want to up the game next season, next year, 2024, and give them really something to do. I assure you there's a lot on the cards, and they're going to be very happy with me indeed. Anyway, we've come to the end of our show. I hope you've enjoyed the Young Commentator show. I'm sure our lads are. There's no red cards because Wayne seems to have walked away from everyone now, and he's just give up. But I can't wait to see him on a tournament that may be on the 29th of December. And we'll have a little few words, and maybe 1 or 2 of the young commentators will turn up with their recorders and record a certain Wayne. And we'll listen to his comments on the Young Commentator show. Okay, thank you very much indeed. For everyone out there, for our young commentators, to all the families, I've got to say a big thank you to everyone who's watched them, messaged them, got in touch with them, and got in touch with ourselves over that they enjoy what the lads come out with. And on behalf of them, I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy 2024. That's on behalf of Jaden, Ben, Oliver, and who else have I just mentioned? Jaden, Ben, Oliver, and Dan. Sorry, Dan. There you go. Just winding you up. And he's going, yeah, I believe you. We'll be back again tomorrow with the last of the Saturday shows before Christmas. I think it is anyway. No, it might not be. But in the meantime, you're stuck with me. So for myself, Manley and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme and our Heart of Gold initiatives, we'll see you tomorrow around about 7 o'clock. Good night, God bless.